talking about action planning for your success. And the first thing we're going to go into is, again, we're going to be talking about the mindset part of action planning. And I use the term action planning. I don't like business plans. Um, I like action plans. I like what am I going to do that is going to get me to the goal that I want. A business plan is a great outline. An action plan has got my to-dos. So that's the way I kind of frame it for my mindset, and I like that. It works for me. You guys can still call it a business plan. It basically is just I like wrapping action around it, and that helps me get going. So there's 5 golden rules to goal setting of any sort. First golden rule is you need to set goals that motivate you. This means making sure that they're important to you and they matter, they have value in achieving them. If you have little interest in the outcome, you have little interest in where you're going, it's not relevant to your life and your larger picture, then the chances of you putting everything together and making it happen are pretty slim. So motivation is key when you're looking to achieve goals. You need to set goals that are relevant and pertinent and have meaning to you, not what you think the industry or people around you or what you think if I had this, then people will look at me as success. What is it that's important to you to make happen? Second piece is you need to make sure you're setting SMART goals. So SMART goals are identified this way. Number one is they have to be specific. Number two is they have to be measurable. And number three, they need to be attainable. And again, they need to be relevant. And then you have to tie it all up with having them time bound. They have to be, we're going to achieve this by this kind of date. So make sure that when you're wrapping up and you're looking at your goals and your action plans where we're going to go, make sure they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and there's a time bound wrapper on it. And I'm really big on the attainable because I want you to be that the first part of what we went through last week was talking about your phase one, where you're at, really uncovering where you currently are at and where you'd like to go, and making sure that your goals match that where you want to go. Your goals right now are not to get to phase three in the next 6 months. Your goals are to build that phase one, get to phase two, and lay the foundation that you can enter into momentum and drive yourself to phase three or even beyond. It's not about falling short and then beating yourself up because you have set such a large goal that you don't have the momentum or the energy to go further with it. So the third rule in goal setting is goals need to be in writing. The physical act of writing them down, the physical act of having them visual to you, it makes them real, it makes them tangible. When your goals are just up here, they're just a dream. They're just a vision for what you want. You need to actually write them down and get them out and share them and post them and look at them all the time. Then they're goals. The fourth piece is you need to make an action plan. And this is why I call it the action plan the whole way, because this stuff is often missed. We set goals, we look at everything, but we never really look at the action items that are needed to get there. And that's what ends up hurting us and holding us where we currently are at. Is we put goals, we thought big, but we didn't put that action to it. So that step is often missed. So make sure that we're getting that down and we're focused on the outcome. The plan has all the steps into it that will lead us along the way that will get us to the outcome. And if we miss a step or we don't get fully there, we need to make that step up so we can stay on trajectory for our journey. So make sure we have an action plan. The fifth piece, this is the most important one, stick with it. Remember, goal setting is an opportunity. It's an ongoing activity. It's not just here and there and you're done. There's a means to the end. We need to know where we're going to go, and there's going to be things in our way that are going to take us off our path that we have to readjust and get back on. There's going to be hurdles. There's going to be all kinds of things along the path that we need to adjust around to get. And if we're adjusting and we're coming back, we're getting there. So don't erase. just replace. So whenever something comes up in your schedule that you have to pivot off of your action plan, don't erase it, just replace it, put it into a different time, get back to it. Make sure those 5 steps are showing up. And remember, like I said earlier, an action plan is a working document, guys. It outlines what we've done, where we want to go, and the steps required to get there. And like I said, it can change. Things are going to get thrown at us. Nobody knew we were going to be shut down in this industry for a couple months because of a virus that was global and it was a pandemic that we're going through. Nobody thought that in their wildest dreams. We had to pivot, we had to move. But with an action plan, we know how to pivot and move. We have to adjust it. We got to go through things. We got to hit the same kind of target, but in a different way. And before we know it, by doing that, we find ourselves sometimes ahead of where we were on the current trajectory before this happened sometimes. And there's a lot of people that are further ahead right now than they were before this happened because they made the right pivot and they made the right move. And that's why it's a working document. It's always going down. So it can change monthly, it can change quarterly. Most likely it's not going to change weekly, but it can change monthly because things can happen. So we must be committed to both our business and our personal growth at a rate of 20% per year. You're probably wondering why I picked 20%. 20% will get you into the range where you are doubling your business and yourself every 3 to 4 years. And 20% is a stretch and it is a growth goal, but it is not an overwhelming, oh my God, that's a completely new me. I don't know how to think goal as that. So get into that 20%. And the first part that needs to grow in there for your business to grow is you have to be growing at a rate of 20% per year. You've got to be stretching your mind. You've got to be thinking differently. You've got to be educating yourself. You've got to be growing as an individual, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a husband, as just a member of our community. You need to be growing. Your business will come along with it. So your business plan, as we're going through it, it should kind of consist of the following. And as you see when you eventually get the chance to do it, because I kind of gave it to you short, when you go through there, it's set up this particular way. First, it's set up to get your current year, the current year that you're in, a recap on that. So it's designed for you to be reflecting on what you've done this year, where you're at. It's going to talk about, you're going to go through your business sources. So you're going to source your business. By the current year, what percentage of my business came from this? What number? Where am I at? Don't beat yourself up because you have zeros on there. Okay? There's a lot of questions on this that I'm asking you that you probably haven't even gone through or looked at. You haven't added to your business. And some of it you might not. But don't beat yourself up for the zeros. Just get really aware of where you're at so that we know how to create the math equation to get you where you want to go. And then the next piece we're going to be looking at is next year's production goals. Where is it you want to be? And remember, when we talk about phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, it's how this business funds our perfect life, guys. It's not about the money we make, it's what we do with it. So when you've got that perfect life and you've got all that around you, now it's really easy to go in and lay down the steps to follow the yellow brick road to get you there to the end. That's what we're looking to do. The next thing is we're going to look at the numbers that are required to achieve the goal, like I said. Then we're going to do the action steps that need to be there. And we're going to look at that action step is how is that showing up in your schedule? And how often are we winning our schedule? You're going to hear me say it a lot, guys. I treat everything like I'm a sports fan. I'm a competitive person, so I treat everything like a game. And I know Steve's a hockey guy. In hockey, you only need one more goal than your competition and you win. You don't need 7 more goals. You just got to win. So if you're weak, how often are you winning and how often are you losing? I don't need to be 100%. I just need to be 51% or better. That allows me the freedom, the ability to breathe. I take a little pressure off myself and do it because I'm not expecting that I've got to get a 95 or 100% on everything. I just need to get 51% or better. I just got to pass. I just got to win. And you know what ends up happening? You win by quite a bit because you're not worried about it. You're not looking at all the other things. Your emotions don't get in the way that hold you back. So look at it from that standpoint. And then the last part on this that we're going to go through with your business plan is there's going to be recommendations from your coach. So in this, we already had a call, but part of your homework is going to be to work on your business plan. And the other part is going to be to set up a one-on-one call with me so we can go through your business plan. And that may take us a week to 2 weeks to get through because you may not get this done over the weekend. You may start really diving into this next Wednesday after our next call. We have a little more follow-up in it. That's okay. I just want to make sure that this time of year we're focusing on where we want to go in 2021 because it's around the corner. I don't want to be focusing on where we want to go in 2021 the last week of 2020. I want to be focusing now so we can set the dominoes up so that we can lead to success. Okay, so part of our business planning that we're going to be doing along this, and as we get a little further, I'm going to unveil another piece to you guys that I call my success journal that'll start coming out to you guys. But we're going to review our numbers every week. We're going to be looking at our numbers every week. And we're not going to be looking at it from an aspect of beating ourselves up or treating it like that. We're going to be looking at going, are we celebrating our successes? And are we doing the things that we said we want to map out to do? And if we're not, how do we readjust? We're going to have good weeks and we're going to have bad weeks, guys. We just want the year to be a good year. So we want to track our numbers accurately. When we start getting down this path, I want you to track them. How many people are you talking to? All these kind of ideas we get down there. You don't have to do this right now. Just know that this is coming. We're going to get to the point that we're going to track our numbers. And everyone's going to have a different conversion rate. Everyone's going to have a different sweet spot that they get business from. But we're going to know our numbers. We're going to know what we need to do and how we can go about doing it. And then we're going to just focus on the numbers, focus on the math. Because if we focus on the math and that matches our goals, we will get there. So spend some time thinking about what it is you want from your business. Your plan will have what you want, what it is you want to accomplish, both personal and your business goals. Doing this, like I said, removes stress. It removes the stress from the business that make this business unenjoyable at times. We're looking to make it enjoyable and profitable. So we want to remove stress as much as we can. Can't remove it all because growth comes within a stress form. If we're going to go out and exercise, we got to put our muscles under stress for them to grow and to get bigger. But we don't need to put them under undue stress. We need to put them under stress so that we can grow, not stress so that we can hold ourselves back. So be patient with your plan. Remember, when I'm talking about growing at a 20% rate, that means that if you're right now having a goal of closing 25 transactions, or you currently are at that 25 transactions, today's number is going to be 40 in the next year or a few years. And at a continually 20% growth, it could be at a much higher rate. Or you may not grow your transaction number, you may grow your transaction value because you're becoming more relational, you're getting better quality people coming in, and you're only taking the highest cream of the crop. So it can work both ways, but either way, you're getting yourself into a growth rate where you're earning more money. So we want to look at every day about how we remove obstacles that could get in the way. And that's a portion, that's part of this action plan, is I want you to become real with some of the obstacles that are going to be in your way of achieving what it is you want to achieve. We know they're there, so let's get real with them right now. Let's talk about them. And how can we remove the obstacles if we can? And how can we work around the obstacles that are in our way? Because sometimes there's things that are immovable. There's a lot of moms on this call. There's things that you do every day that are immovable objects. You've got responsibilities. You have things you do. Same with fathers. But we just need to, how do we work around them and navigate them because they're there? Have them show up in our schedule so that now we can schedule things around them. So we need to be also focusing on removing emotion and drama daily from our business. That drama and that emotion keeps us focused in the wrong directions and not focused on the plans that are ahead of us. So we need to remove drama as much as possible. Get out of all of that negativity, drama, emotion, and that it's at us everywhere we turn, and it's constantly jumping up in front of us and wanting to take us down a path and go to it. And it's so easy to go down it. So just be focused on removing emotion and drama as much as possible. I don't want you walking around like robots. I know you're going to have emotion. I know there's going to be drama in your life, but work at quieting it, work at bunkering it, work at having a time that you're allowing yourself to go into that. Have worry time thrown in your schedule. Allow yourself 30 minutes to go emotional and get into drama and get into stuff, and then shut it off. And when it comes up to the day, go, that's a great thought. I'm going to think about that tomorrow, and file it away and go to it. Takes work to get there, but it does help. Okay, so let's take a look at the following numbers. If you've got your business plan in front of you, great. If you don't worry about it, because I know you'll get it once we get off this call. But look at the numbers, and I'm going to say a bunch of stuff here, but I don't want you guys answering them out loud. This is for you. But look at the listing appointments that you set for this current year. Go through it and look at that number and be real. And if you don't know it because you weren't tracking it, go back and kind of think. Go back through your schedule and look at how many times you were on appointments and stuff. Go and look at your previous year. Look at how many appointments you went on. So look at what you set and look what you went on. Look at the listings taken. Look at your listings sold. And do the same for buyer sales. Look at buyer appointments you went on. Look at buyer appointments you went in. Look at buyer contracts that you took. And look at buyer contracts that you sold, that you closed on. I always lead with listings because that's the leverage part of our business. That's the part that gets us to earn the highest income per hour. And it allows us to be more predictable in where we're going to go. But I do know that you guys are working with buyers. We all are. And some of us really enjoy working with buyers. I don't so much. I enjoy working with buyers that I've sold their home, but I know some do. So look at it and focus on it. Look at your total number of closings that you had last year. And then look at the average new contacts you made per day. And I guarantee you don't have this down, but you can go back through and kind of think through and come up with a rough ballpark number. And when I say per day, I'm only talking a 5-day week. I don't want you thinking in a 7-day week. Look in a 5-day week. The other 2 days are for us to clean up, enjoy, or go and take care of things that have spilled over. But this is like everyone else. We want to work a 5-day work week. And then look at your income receipt. What money did you bring in this year? So by looking back at the current year and getting all that stuff under, now we've laid out where we are, and now we can start looking at where we want to go. So if you take each of those items that I had you go through and you calculate it by multiplying 20% every one of them, it'll give you a pretty good framework of where you were at to where you would want 20% growth. And if your numbers, when you start doing that 20%, if they fall short, then you know how to adjust them. If they fall high, don't adjust them. Just know that you're aiming higher and you're going down that right path. So keep that going. You can control your time and your efforts. You can't control your income. So by looking at this action plan and going on what we've done, and we get real with what we've done to be where we currently are and what we're going to do to be where we want to go, now we can hold our time and our efforts accountable for it, and the income will show. If we don't hold our time and our efforts accountable, the money will show up like it always has in the past. And that is sporadically. Maybe it's a great year, maybe it's a bad year, maybe it's another really great year this year, and then we have 6 months of down, and then we're kind of falling back. Everyone's been through some sort of roller coaster. We want to even out that ride, but yet keep it growing all the way through. So the first thing that you're going to look at as when we do that is probably the one that you don't know anything about, and that is your average amount of daily time. We know that that's probably going to be the first area that you can go up and make a difference. So we're going to need to adjust that, and then we'll adjust the rest from there.
Mike, you're cutting out for me. I think someone else has a microphone on, so I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
I can hear you, but then the background, someone's microphone's on, so it cuts you out.
Mute everyone.
Thanks.
Okay, now can everyone hear me pretty good? All right.
I think Patricia, her mic is on.
I just muted everybody, so we should be good to go. So, like I said, that I'll rewind there a little bit because I was breaking, I guess, for everyone, is the one spot that I just went through with those things to look at. The one spot you guys probably have very little clarity wrapped around and is your daily contacts. So let's get some clarity around there. And we know that that is the first piece to the puzzle that we need to actually start increasing and holding accountable. And we'll go through and we'll look at the best way to come up with a number and where you want to be at. And I've shared with a lot of you guys what the simple thing that I look for, and we'll get down to it, but get really clear with where you're at now and be ready to go up and go into something that you can commit to. Not something you heard that's a great idea to do, something you can commit to and you can do every day. Because the average number of contacts always leads and yields the average number of transactions that we do. Always will, always has. It's there. It's that contact. It's a full contact sport, guys. And if we're not contacting people, we're in trouble. I've said for a lot of years, and this will date me because I'm an older guy, but some of you on the call probably have no idea, but most realtors play this game of real estate like they're playing Frogger, that video game. Anybody remember that game, Frogger? Or you would, okay, the whole idea was you were a frog and you had to go from one side of the street to the other side of the street without getting hit by cars. Really complicated, full off the chart graphic game. It was amazing, guys. So you had to go across the street without getting hit by cars. Most realtors play this game that way. They try to go from one side of the street to the other side of the street without getting hit. The ones that are successful jump in front of the car and they don't move. We have to get hit every day. We can't be secret agents. We got to go out and get in front of people that are looking to go buy and sell real estate. And we're all going to have different ways to get in front of people. But we need to get in front of them before they need us. If they've already hit the wall and then we get in front of them, too late. We didn't save them. We got to get in front of them long before they know they need us. Then we can journey with them. So that's why we get in contact. So, like I said, you're going to get your action plan. We're going to talk about that a little bit after this when I open up for questions and things. So get there into there. But make sure you schedule a call to go through it with me. But also have 3 accountability partners that you're going to share your business plan with and talk about it and growth, and not only have them as your accountability partner, but offer after you share with them to be theirs. Help them get forward and further in their goals where they want to be. This is a great time to go reach out if you're looking at it just from a business growth aspect. If you're depending what brand you're with, whatever, and you get some sort of recruiting incentive or some kind of thing to bring people in, this is a great time to go out and talk to people that you've done deals with and just talk about business plans and where you want to go. Don't talk about where you're at, and offer to be their accountability partner, build a relationship with them. And that could turn into people that you could end up being closer to with, or worst case that comes from it is you've got a better relationship with someone in your industry and you've got a great accountability partner and you're helping each other grow. Nothing bad can come from it. But nobody's having those conversations. No one's trying to help everyone. So go out there and do that. So make sure you have 3. And share it with your family. Have a moment. Maybe, Thanksgiving's coming up. It's a great opportunity. Sit down with your family at Thanksgiving and talk about it, or Christmas, or they're to and just talk about what it is that you're looking to do and what kind of support you need from everyone in order for you to get there. And then ask them what they want to do and what kind of support they need from you. So your business plan needs to be open and accessible to everybody, including your family. Like I said, it needs to be sitting around. It needs to be at that, to where you can look at it often. Keep it on your desk, hang it on your wall, do something with it, take a photo of it and keep it on your phone and create it as a wallpaper, whatever you want that works for you. Just have it visual often. Don't do it, put it in a drawer and forget about it till next October when you do this again. Have it as a working document. And we'll go through on our one-on-one is map out how that business plan is going to equate to your schedule. That's one of my biggest things that I have. People always come to me and they want to know how to be better at time management. And the problem that's in their way is they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they have to do. They don't know what they want to succeed. So time is running them. When you know where it is you want to go and you know what you have to do, time management's easy because you have a task to go do. How many of you find yourselves more efficient and busier than ever when you're going on vacation? Just before. Do you know why? You have to manage your time. You know what you have to get done in order to go do what you want to do. You get it all done. You go into it thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get all this stuff done. I still have to pack. I still got to pack for the kids. How am I going to get all this done? Guess what? You do. And then you drive into the airport or going wherever and you're like, can't wait to get there. That was a crazy week. You're giving yourself deadlines. You're forcing it. You know you need to accomplish. We only do that when we have something big coming up. We don't live our life by schedule. And once we do, we get it done. And then we go off and we enjoy. Try to build a schedule that you've got 2 long weekends every month. You'll get more accomplished in those months than you do when you don't go anywhere. So, not only have your business plan, but also create, and we'll talk about this further in more calls, create a growth plan. Add a plan to what you're going to read, what you're going to attend, what you're going to go, and events you may want to go to through the year. What are you doing to grow yourself? Are you going on a church retreat? Are you going for a quiet meditation weekend? Whatever you're doing, have it in your growth plan, and be looking at that as also daily. Where are we at? What are we doing? You know, I have a Kindle, not because I don't like reading books regular form, because I got books all around me, but I have a Kindle that helps keep me on path of where I want to be, because I have no excuse not to grab this and take this with me. And I can have anything on here. And that's part of my growth plan. There's books sometimes I want to read, but I don't want to walk around with the book itself, because that creates questions that I don't really want to have conversations on. Kindle allows me to do that. So it just works for me. So, you know, understand that success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile goal and an objective. So in order to have the success, we need to have a worthwhile goal and objective. And the success lies in us realizing that we're getting there. That's what success is. And it's different for everyone because of different goals, different things that people want to get to. You know, so understand that. So with that, let's talk about what your homework is going to be for this week. And I'll send this out to everyone. Just make sure you download and you get the action plan that I've emailed to you. It's also going to be part of, cool, that's awesome. It's also going to be on the site that I'm going to share with you in a second, so you can go back and download it again and again and again. But put your action plan together, share it with your loved ones and your peers, and me. So make sure you go through and you do that part. That's your second piece. The third piece is schedule your one-on-one with me, and I'll send out the link if you don't already have it to do that. But make sure when you schedule it that you've got your business plan done so we can review it. And then I'm going to add another book to your reading list. And that is Profit First by Mike Malkowitz. Let's see if I have the book. Yeah. It looks like this, guys. Get to make that as part of your books that you want to read before the end of the year, because you're going to want to build your business plan built around a lot of the strategies that they're talking in here. And the title says it all. It's Profit First. We need to protect profit. And we need to be building this business around profit, not around what we'll do when we make that. It's what profit are we basically going on. And so it'd be really good. So the author is, let me spell his last name. It's Malkowitz, but it's MICHALWITZ. That's it right there. So it'll be spelled out in the homework sheet that comes out to you as well. It's there, but use that, get that, and add that to your list. It'll be after you go through the Think and Grow Rich aspect, you start working on your mindset, you go into reading something like this, you're starting to put the foundation pieces for your business to treat it like a business into there. So with that, that's everything. And I am going to share with you a screen. You will be getting an email either by the end of the day today or tomorrow morning with access to this course. It's going to have a welcome video. It's going to have last week's video into it. And then each session will be broken into the outline of the session itself and the homework, and then the downloads or anything that are going to be in there. So we'll get this to you. This is still being worked on and being done, so it's not ready to get out there, but it'll be done very, very shortly. And then every week it'll unveil what our next week's course will be. So you'll get some Insight, you'll get the outline of what I'm going to cover on the call ahead of time. And then every time the video goes live, I'll let you guys know that it's in there and being part of it, and you'll have access to this the whole time. All right. So with that, what can I help you with, or what questions or clarity do you have from what I just shared with you guys? You just have to hit the unmute. No questions? Everyone's great? You guys are an easy gang. I like it. So what, before we go, if nobody has any questions, share 3 ahas that you have. So once we get 3 ahas, we'll call it a day, guys. What are some of your breakthroughs or your ahas that you got from today's session?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Steve.
Hi.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Well, thank you.
I like that.
I like how you said about going on vacation. You're actually spot on. It seems to be the busiest time, and you get all this stuff accomplished, and then you get there, and then you just relax. And it's very true. I never thought about it that way, and it actually hit a good point there.
Thank you.
I do have something to say, which I thought was really eye-opening, right, for me. That I was writing down what drives me the most, and of course, the typical answer is money. But you said something that was really fascinating to me. It says it's not about the money; it's about what you can do with the money, which was really good for me. That's pivotal.
I mean, a lot of us know people that have a lot of money, and we know people that don't have a lot of money. And sometimes the people that don't have a lot of money are the happiest people we're around. There's a lot of people with a lot of money that are very unhappy.
Yeah, and I think we again, this is why for me this is so important, because it hones me back into what's my path, my goal. We forget because again, we don't write it down, right? And we start doing and moving, and then we see squirrels. I know I see a lot of squirrels, lots of them. And I have to keep bringing myself back around to my path. And this is really, really helpful for me. I honestly really put down, well, yeah, money. And, really thought about it. Go, well, okay. And then when I have the money, then what? Then what?
One of my favorite quotes is from Zig Ziglar. And he basically says in the quote, I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but he basically says that money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. And I love that because it's true.
Nice.
Like we need it to live, but we also just need to live. And let it help us fund our life. Oxygen helps us breathe and gets going, but we're given everything in here that we need. We just have to breathe. Thanks, Amy. All right, one more, and then you guys are free to go and you can enjoy your day. You won't have to look at me anymore.
Mike, are we going to go through our vision boards today?
I love it. Yes.
Okay.
You have yours?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a 2-part, so let me pull it down. Hold on.
All right.
So we'll pull down the
I want you
first
guys to take photos of your vision boards and put them in the Facebook group.
I was going to answer that question.
That's the first one.
Okay, explain it to me.
Well, it says as mindset of a mastermind, of a master. So it basically tells you how you should kind of change your way of thinking. And with that comes everything else. You end up building wealth and power and growth, and you get to do the things that you want. 4/15 is my birthday, and that's my actual goal for this year's commission.
Awesome.
And this is my tribe. I'd like to
I love
travel. And basically, I'll show you the second part, and, get healthy, and of course, blessings there. Let me see if I can put the second one down. It's kind of like a two-part thing. I don't know if this one will come down, but there's another one with all photos of everything that won.
Awesome. I love it. So if you could take some photos and throw that up into the Facebook group.
Yeah, I will.
Everyone, if they could put them up there, and it's just a way for everyone to kind of see and talk and go back and look at it, it'd be great. Anyone else want to share their vision board? Look at that.
Hello, everyone.
You
Mine's
can
not
definitely
like
tell of the two
Sandy's, but
people
we
that
worked on it
shared,
together.
you guys probably worked on it together, or I was going to say you guys definitely like doing the scrapbooking and all that.
So I definitely want financial freedom. I would like to save for retirement, my kids' college. I want to travel. I would like to take my children. I'm from Sicily, so I would love to take them there and introduce them to my family there. I would like to be successful in real estate. I would like to reach Icon Agent. I would like to be the known local realtor. I want to be the realtor that gives back. So I want to, once I start making lots of sales, I would like to give back to the community. It'll be whatever choice, whatever my buyer or seller whoever they want to give to, I would like to do that. I'm trying to be the social media queen, not there yet. Hopefully one day. Spend more time with family and get healthy, commit to your health. This is my dream vehicle, Mercedes, and everything is God. He's always right there. And that's it.
Love it. I love it. Anyone else have one they want to share? Great job. All right, well, take that, like I said, take those photos, put them up there, and go out there and add some deadlines to, Sandy and Anna, you guys shared them. Thank you so much. I know there's others that have it, but add some deadlines. Like you said, new car, your favorite. When do you want that car by? I know you both said health and getting out. When do you want to be what you're considering healthier? What do you want to, start putting some deadlines into it. It's okay to have 3 and 5 year goals on your vision boards, guys. But there's also some of those things on there that you could achieve in 6 months or whatever. So get that up there and go with it. So you're constantly replacing it. When you've achieved something, put something else in its place.
Mike,
Celebrate it.
for mine is only for 2021 for right now. So it will be constantly being updated.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. But when you first start doing it, I know it becomes overwhelming for people to think of what exactly they can do for the year. So just start going up there with your visions. And then when you go back through it and you start putting deadlines of where you want to be, now you're adding clarity to your vision and you just keep going down. And it doesn't mean you start over with a vision board. It's like, okay, now I just have clarity within my vision board. And, this is all the stuff that I want to go to and do. So that's a great job, guys. I'm really excited for you. Can't wait to see it. And I know we talked the other day about taking the kids to Sicily, so that would be awesome to see. Awesome to see. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all of your time today. If there's anything I can do, reach out to me. Know that we don't have our follow-up call or bonus call this Friday. We will get back to it next week. It's just the 1 week hiatus on there. But if you need anything, you guys have most of you now have my cell phone. You have every way to reach out to me, message me through Facebook, text me, anything. I'm here to help you guys grow. You don't have to wait till our next call. If there's something I can do for you in the meantime, let me know. But keep up the good work. Start working on your action plan and doing that. And I can't wait to see you guys and talk to you next and see where you guys are planning to go next year and helping you lay the bricks out for your yellow brick road. All right, you guys have a great one.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.